Hello everyone, Mr. Dino023 here, and today I'm gonna be talking about Donkey Kong Country 3. Yeah, that's right, the third game in the franchise, the third game in a legendary trilogy, Donkey Kong Country 3. Released in 1996 by the very well-known company Rare, in which, like, back in the day in the SNES, they just kept doing, like, amazing games. Like, they couldn't stop doing amazing games. So this one right here was a bit of a different, I mean, not different, but some people say it didn't stood up to the quality of the first and second games in the trilogy. So this is the first game I played on the SNESMania project, in which I intend to defeat every single game in the SNES library for North America and Europe. And the reason why I chose this as the first game is because this is actually a game that I really love. Like, maybe objectively speaking, we can say that Donkey Kong Country 2 is the best in the trilogy, but probably in my heart, my favorite one is the Donkey Kong Country 3. So I wanted to start a very special project with a very special game for myself. This game is an amazing platformer in my opinion. It has good music. It's not as good as the first one and the second one, but I think it still stands out. I think it still was a very good overall music for the whole game. The problem with this game, I think, or why it was more like experimental, I want to say, it was one of the last games released for the SNES. And with that being said, developers already knew all the ins and outs for the console, so they really tried to push up the console to its very limits with this game. And that's why in many sections you encounter certain lag, and also there's like many gimmicks in this game, more than on the first and the second one. Also, the reason why it doesn't have the same music or the same quality of music than the first and second games is because I mean, we know the magician composers on Rare, like Grant Kirkhope for example, they already moved to the N64 to do other gems such as Banjo-Kazooie for example, or Diddy Kong Racing 1. So they left like a very young team of developers, or like a more inexperienced team of developers here for developing Donkey Kong Country 3, because it was already the exit of the SNES, and the main core, the main stars were already working on N64 titles. With that being said, this is still an amazing game. It took me a total of 2 hours, 45 minutes and 34 seconds to defeat this game. I mean, it's an okay time. I think it's an average time. Probably your very first playthrough is gonna take a little bit longer than that. At the very end of the game, it starts having very difficult levels. But overall, I think the difficulty curve is very amazing and very good for anybody trying to get into a good, fun platformer, especially if you haven't tried this game. Overall, let's give the scores for this game. I think I'm gonna give the gameplay mechanics an 8. I think the gameplay mechanics are very good. Again, I mean, it's a Donkey Kong Country game in the trilogy, right? It just feels a little bit wonky sometimes when you, like, you know, carry the baby as Dixie. I don't like that you don't have Rambi, but instead you have this elephant that I forgot its name, that gets scared by freaking rats in the game. Yeah, you still having guard, but you don't have Rambi. You don't have Rambi, and I think Rambi is like a very unique and special character that should be on every Donkey Kong Country game. But yeah, I'm gonna give an 8 to gameplay mechanics. As for the music, even though this game was not, how can I say, it didn't have the music by the same composers as the first and second game, I will still give this game a 9 out of 10 on the music. You know what? It's interesting because later on they made another version of the music for this game for the Game Boy Advance, and I don't know if it's the Game Boy Advance that doesn't do the new compositions justice, but I'm very used to the music on the SNES version, and yeah, it's not as top notch. You can definitely tell, like, right off the bat that it's not the same quality of music, but I don't know, I still enjoy the music on this game a lot. Yeah, so I'm gonna give a 9 to the music on this game. So that's gameplay mechanics 8, a 9 for the music. The difficulty on this game, I'm gonna give it a 7. I wanna say. I don't want to go like super far with the music. I mean with the difficulty right now, because I mean there's still many games. At the time of this recording, I'm like at 35 out of 784 games, maybe 786. So I'm gonna give it a 7 because I don't know. I've encountered so very hard games already, and I don't want to give like super high difficulty levels in case I need to raise the bar, you know? I need to raise the bar, and I want to make all these reviews like as consistent as possible. Yes, so I'm gonna give it a 7 to the difficulty. And well, story, there's really not much story in this game. It's just like basically the fit King K. Rool, which in this game he's dressed up, or he's in the persona of King K. Roolenstein, something like that, kind of like Frankenstein meets King K. Rool. And the last, you know what thing, it's a little bit underwhelming on this game, the boss fights, I think. But I don't think boss fights were really like the creme de la creme of the Donkey Kong Country series. I mean, Donkey Kong Country 2 has amazing boss fights, but in this game I think they fall a little bit short, and that's a part of the game where I really don't enjoy the music on the boss fights. So yeah, the last fight, whether you do 100% or 103% or any percent of this game, the last fight it's kind of underwhelming in my opinion. So yeah, I mean there's really not story on this game. I'm gonna give it a 7, I guess. It's a very basic story. Save the world from the bad guys, and that's pretty much it, I guess. Save some birds on the way, build your raft, build your boats, build stuff. Yeah, I think it's overall a very solid game. And with that being said, I'm gonna give this game an 8. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I don't think it's a perfect score by any means, but I think it deserves a solid 8. It's a very fun game. It has a lot of replay value. Like, you can play this game over and over. It's one of the games that I probably revisit like at least once a year, like at least, because I always have so much fun when I'm playing this game. This is a game that, if you ask me, I would 100% recommend. If there's any games you haven't tried out on the SNES library, this is one game that you should definitely check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much my review of Donkey Kong Country 3. I hope you enjoyed it. And well, I'm gonna be doing these review videos at least once a week. I'm gonna be uploading videos of many other things through the whole week, so don't miss out tomorrow for a whole new video here on Mr. Dino's channel. And remember, if you wanna watch SNESMania live, make sure to follow me on Twitch at Mr. Dino023 or on Mixer at Mr. Dino023 as well. Or here on YouTube in case you wanna check out the VODs. I'm gonna leave a link on the description down below for the complete playthrough of this game in case you wanna watch it. And well, that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna be signing out for today. And remember, I'll see you on the next mission. Have a good one.